What it do, y'all? Y'all already know who it is. We back with another news segment of Wrestling with the Exotics. Let's get right into it, man. Everybody talking about LA Knight ain't this, LA Knight ain't that. If he doesn't win a World WWE Championship, he's basically just going to be another Baron Corbin, Fandango, or just, one of those other dudes that didn't work out. Maybe like even Elias. I relate him more closer to Elias. I don't necessarily see those statements true, but I do believe them a little bit. I don't see LA Knight being in the company longer than 5 years, and at the same time, I also don't see him being a world champion. I definitely see him winning a United States title and whatnot, but I just look at how the world title picture is set up right now. There's no room for him. And if he ever were to win a world title, it would be exactly that. Not the WWE world title, it would be just the World Heavyweight Championship, the one that Seth Rollins has. What is your take on that?
I've never purchased a Fandango t-shirt. I've never purchased a Baron Corbin t-shirt. I've never purchased...
But you swore by Baron Corbin for a number of years.
I swore by him for a number of years. Why? Because he beat Kurt. So obviously he had to be some stature to beat Kurt. And what does he always say? Kurt did me a great job on that. And I feel bad I didn't follow up momentum after Kurt allowing me to get that victory. Nonetheless, LA Knight, he's about to go around the Miz, and that's going to be one victory in the many to come to stamp him. Because right now, all that credibility is being built. All the times that people were looking at him saying, why is he this, why is he that? My man just showing me that he could wrestle. Like, even in his match with Austin Theory, he did lose, but at the same time, he pulled out a lot of maneuvers that we haven't seen him do because he had to wrestle the likes of Top Dollar. And if you have guys have noticed, WWE has kind of kept him on ice, I would say, because they've only had him going against Top Dollar. And I know my colleague kept referring to his matches with Xavier Woods. Why is he picking fights with him? Someone with no title.
He called Top Dollar Uncle Phil. That shit was hilarious.
Top Dollar is buried. Uncle Phil he's canceled just like the Fresh Prince. That shit is done. That nigga gotta lose weight. Because at this point, I feel like LA Knight low-key pushing him to do that because he's trying to lose all resemblance to Uncle Phil. So if you got any salt and pepper in that beard, it's going to be just for men by the time next Friday rolls around. But nonetheless, LA Knight continues to show me there's more to his arsenal. Like he did, even though these are simpler moves, which I feel like that's a part of his style. His simplicity brings a lot of eyes on him just because of how he was able to convey and do this simplistic move, like a Russian leg sweep. Him just doing that. Him doing like off the top rope suplexes, jumping from. So I'm seeing verges of athleticism. I've even seen him do a moonsault. So I'm like, for a 40-year-old guy, he can still move in the ring even a little bit better than Damian Priest, if I want to be honest. Yeah. Damian's more so stationary but high kicks, but he can't fly like LA if it's not just a simple front flip. I've never seen him backflip. So I think LA Knight, those criticisms are they're very
they're accurate to an extent.
They're accurate to an extent to where you want to put some vested interest in them, so you be like, wait. But at the same time, if you really pay attention, you realize that, there's more to this guy's game. And really, he's slowly showing us. And it's going to take that talent. That's why I'm, excited for this Miz program.
Me too.
Someone in his age. Someone in his likeness, you could say. Mm-hmm. And it's going to push each other to be better. And going away, that feud, I feel like in a year's time, people are going to say this was a turning point of both their careers.
Yeah, for sure.
Brings you to my next point about new talent trying to get eyes on the screen. J.D. McDonough. He is sizing up the Judgment Day extra hard, trying to make it seem like he's been with them from the get-go. Yeah, we know you got that 20-year history of Finn or something along the lines of that, but it's like...
He's a perfect fit,
he's a perfect fit. Admit. I want him to be a part of it, but I like how they're doing it because they low-key shunned Dom. They had to make Dom have to go get his father, take a couple of ass whoopings before they could just let him rock, you know what I mean?
Yeah, and JD still has to prove himself a little bit before they just let him in the game. But man, the aggression is there, the look is there, the camaraderie with Finn is there, so it's like, he just has to get cool with Rhea and Dom, and they pretty much fall in line behind Finn, for real. But if Damien's there, then, they're going to lead by Damien.
And I've also heard that there's been talks about having Damien be cast aside on Judgment Day.
And I wouldn't mind that either.
But I really don't. I low-key don't want that though, bro, because I feel like when groups have those intermixes, it doesn't last long. It'd be different if they just added JD. But when you seem like you're trying to swap, he's going to be consistent compared to the factor of how Damian broke this shit apart. You know what I mean? And, like, Damian's a solid foundation. If anything, he's the first member of the Judgment Day because Edge brought him in and brought him under his wing. Yeah. And then he saw out Finn and was like, low-key, get him out. I think this is
leave me.
Yeah, I think this would be better for our careers and have this part-timer be here.
Right.
And overall, I think in the long run it was the best decision, but I just don't feel like they need to replace.
I don't feel like they needed to kick Edge out.
Yeah, you don't feel like you needed to?
No, they could have definitely kept Edge in
That's
the
what I'm
group.
saying. They
probably would have made Edge wrestle longer if he was in the group.
And I feel like low-key, he could have made, like how Finn had to have this rivalry with him because basically the two leaders of the Judgment Day, he could have like had Finn, but Finn probably didn't want to be under his wing type shit. But he could have had Finn to where like Edge not winning world titles, but like he's like, see, you wrong with me, world titles.
Yeah, he could have been on his Ric Flair shit.
Yeah,
stood out the way and let the young boys run.
He's like, and have like how Paul Heyman speak for like everybody. He could have been speaking for the Judgment Day.
Right.
And that would have been a cool thing to see because he would have been on his Grand Gale shit like a real manager.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind Damian Priest staying in the group. I don't think they necessarily need to remove him. Me personally, I want to see Finn Balor leave that group and just team up with JD and then they do their own gig. Let JD eventually get an IC title and then Finn Balor get a world title or, vice versa. I don't care. I would just rather see Finn do his own thing because I feel like the Judgment Day holding him back. Like, you got Rhea cutting off his promos and shit when he about to cut into Damian. Like, what the fuck? Like I told you, mommy shouldn't have that much control over the entire group. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, she's a world champion, but at the same time, she ain't start this shit for real. She's just a piece. You know what I mean? Like, so, yeah, no, I'd rather see Finn leave, to be real with y'all.
Yeah, we gotta pay attention to that, see what comes from it.
Yeah, definitely. Up next, I want to talk about Edge's last match in Toronto with Sheamus. It was a decent match, you know what I mean? It wasn't obviously 2010 Edge, but like at the end of the day, you just had appreciation for the match. They did do some real tough moves on each other, pause. But yeah, overall, it was a good match. And I know just off that match alone that won't be Edge's last match. Simply because you can't go out like that. And especially with Sheamus being your last opponent. When you've never faced Sheamus before in your life, we need a throwback opponent. Make John Cena ass come back and wrestle you. He giving out wins. You might as well. Like, you know what I mean? Or hold it down until Randy get right. And then, you beat Randy on some shit if he's down for that. Or, just Mick Foley. Mick Foley's down for whatever still. So, I don't know. Like, Edge, you just...
Anybody but Sheamus.
Anybody. Please, man. You cannot do that. You can't go out like that. What did you think about Edge's last match in Toronto?
I thought it was stellar just because of the crowd, but I feel like more people are kind of hyping it up than what it was. It was really physical, so that's the only thing I'll say.
Yeah.
But I feel like that's kind of what he expected because it's Sheamus, and Sheamus never had a match with you, and this is your last contracted match, so he wasn't going to give you bullshit match.
And in any other light, Sheamus would have won that match.
Yeah.
If this wasn't Edge's last match in Toronto, Sheamus would have won that match.
Because he was dominant.
He hit him with a bro kick and a Celtic cross. Edge did not want to kick out of those. He wanted it to be done.
He wanted to go back to the room and ice it. He's like, I'm over this.
Man, but that also brings me to the other rumor that I kind of want to just squash. No way in hell Edge is going to All In. After that match he had with Sheamus, like we said, that match was highly physical. Edge is not about to hop up and then go wrestle somebody from AEW. When them niggas be wrestling over there. Like
they go crazy.
They do extra crazy shit on there. I ain't gonna cap. Niggas is bleeding on the show every week. Edge ain't trying to go out like that. He like, no, I'm gonna pace myself. I'm gonna see what the cards is looking like. Who might come back. Maybe AJ might give me another win. We gonna see what's up. We gonna see. Like, but I'm not going all in. Edge Edge is all out. I promise you that.
Hey, what if he shows up at All Out? They're gonna be All Out 1 week later. Hey, is that what you trying to say? He saved it for 1 week, ice up the whole week before. They come through, fuck around, and
Well, I only say that, bro, because the promo that Edge cut at the end of the show, though, he was like, y'all, I can't do this no more. I'm not going to lie to y'all. If I could, I would, but I really can't do this another year. This shit whooping my ass. I know he's going to be real strategic about where he go next.
very much so. But I just think it's funny because even though he said All Out, Luchasaurus got that magic in Darby Allin. What if this nigga come help Darby win the title, bro? And then he starts some feud with Christian on some shit done AEW, and we get Christian to get rid of that fucking turtleneck. I'm good if we get rid of the turtleneck. So I'm all in about that.
I don't mind. I wouldn't mind it, but at the same time, I want Edge to just end his career in WWE and ride off into the sunset like he's supposed to. Maybe even get one more world title shot and then have Damian Priest cash in on him or something like that. You know what I mean?
Full circle moment.
Yeah, full circle moment. So that way Damian could be champion and Edge ain't got to hold it for too long. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He can lose it as soon as he win it type shit.
Literally.
So, yeah, that would be perfect.
That brings me to my next point. We're going to talk about AEW All In and some predictions, man. And right now, I got the card right here. And then we got MJF as the main event taking on Adam Cole for the AEW World Championship. Who do you think's coming out on top, bro?
We both agree on this one. MJF will be winning this. Not only because this is pro wrestling and that's just how it's going to crumble, but because this is going to be a full circle moment for MJF, and it's really going to stamp his title reign. It's also going to stamp him being one of the best AEW champions in their history.
Couldn't say it better myself because, as you know, Franchise Jerry isn't the biggest MJF supporter. But I would like to think over this past month, especially him working with Adam Cole, he's going to see a different side of Max, and he's been able to see that this guy has a lot of talent and potential that's untapped, and he's only been given a tester and a teaser as to what the in-ring capabilities of him is. Something I've been saying for a while. So
I definitely respect MJF a little bit more ever since him working with Adam Cole and whatnot.
Because he showed, that's what I said this program was going to do from the jump, going to show people show the range that this man has, show him how he has the capability to be a main event level talent on any type of brand.
He kind of reminds me of a version of Triple H in AEW.
Do you know why I fuck with Max so tough? Max is like a Triple H in a sense of he's strategic and he knows what he's doing. Adam and all these other people that ever had to really like wrestle against him, the only one I can say...
Adam remind me of Sean.
Yeah. My point, okay, see, another one, Sean. You can't really even say, even though MJ has been mentioned by Cody, he reminds you of Cody. The only thing is you can say he wears suits like Cody. But at the end of the day, he's still himself. But he's so strategic in how he moves in and out the ring. You would swear he has an on-screen manager. Right. He has an on-screen big bro that's in his ear like, you shouldn't do that. Or he's running through and he's not. That's what separates him and why he's be able to go over, because he's really negotiating his deals by himself. He's really a student of the game, like we've been saying. He watches film. He knows all this shit.
And like he said, he don't need no faction. Yeah. He don't need nobody in his ear. Blah, blah. He just do him. So, yeah, I be respecting dog.
So it's like, at the end of the day, I look forward to him doing this because this Adam Cole was on his list as dream opponents. And I feel like Max is from the jump. I've been saying it from that first encounter when you even said Adam Cole came out here looking like an art teacher, retired art teacher, bro. Adam ain't looked like that since. Yeah. Max has pushed him to get back to that Adam Cole.
Yeah.
And that's why this nigga cannot lose to him. This nigga said, I brought this out. I'm the one that made you step this shit up because you're looking at me like I'm an arrogant piece of shit that I don't know what I got. But in real time, I'll make you realize what I got and make you realize how cool I really am. Like, I feel like Max woke this up, this evil ass Adam, because he's like,
Adam be ready to turn on that nigga every second.
Because he's looking at Max like, Adam used to be in that nigga, like this nigga with the world title in a group of niggas, or being the niggas around him, he's the sideline nigga. This is the first time Adam's really been the sideline nigga that got a chair on.
Like that.
But that's how why do you think he's sizing him up behind? He like, at the end of the day, you still the AEW champ. I got all these titles, all these accolades, nigga. You hyping me up to my face. But why I gotta feel like I gotta size you up? Because nigga, you got that shit, and I win that match with you, and I really seen you not a walk in the park on some shit. Nigga, you really like that, so it's like, but you my friend now. This nigga is Adam's torn right now. That's why he low key 50-50 with this shit, because he's like, this nigga helped me become that. 9 months ago, I didn't think I could ever do none of this shit, and this kid really brought it out of me. I had a banger, 30 minutes. He took me to the edge. Now we're tag team going for the titles. We're running up money. I'm actually a draw in the company. Before it was just Mac. Now he's a draw too again, even more. Like, man, and he's about to main event. This kid got me the mint. Bro, I already know he's looking at this shit like, he gave me the match. I didn't have to do nothing sneaky.
But let's not act like Adam Cole wasn't already going to be here by himself.
No, he was, definitely.
If he didn't have that injury that took him out, that concussion.
No, that's exactly. But I'm glad it Loki worked out like that, because I don't think he would have been in this exact main event if it didn't work out the way it did. And I'm so grateful to see it come to fruition, because like I say, bro, I feel like we're gonna witness a legendary classic wrestling match. Like,
Facts.
And I feel like I don't feel like this was
great.
I feel like this,
the match that they had on Dynamite was great.
Bro, that's what I'm saying. 80,000 people. Max is gonna do some, because in every big match, Max always does a spot from another big match. That's also why my nigga is a GOAT. He knows his shit. If a wrestler that he fucks with growing up, he does their big move or a move like that in the middle of his match. And I can't wait to see what moves he's going to do. The last defense with Darby and Jungle Boy and Sammy, he did Chris Candido's powerbomb off the second rope. And then he did Cody's crossroads. So I'm interested to see what moves he's going to pull out.
Yep, and then that also brings me to the tag team match that they're going to have with the Aussie Open. And I think, pause, because that name is wild. Like, Aussie Open is low-key wild. I like the group, pause, but, like, the name is crazy.
It's extra.
But
it's
the little catchphrase they be saying is funny. They be like, Aussie, Aussie, Aussie!
Oi, oi, oi.
That shit is funny. I fuck with that. But the name, the Aussie Open, nah. Just call it Aussie. Like, you know what I mean? Because, yeah, you know that's some foreign shit.
It's a foreign shit. Niggas not doing that out here. Why you're open at the item? What's open?
Right. But I definitely think the Aussie Open will be MJF and Adam Cole in their match. And somebody is going to lose 2 times in a row that night. It's either going to be MJF or it's going to be Adam Cole. And I've been telling him, I really hope that we're wrong. I really hope that Adam Cole does beat him, because that would just be dope to see for me personally, you know what I mean? Especially since he didn't get that big one in WWE. So, yeah, I wouldn't mind seeing that at all. But, you know, like I told you at the beginning of this is sports entertainment along with pro wrestling, and that's not how this cookie gonna crumble.
Honestly, I support Adam Cole. This is also somebody I look up to in the wrestling aspect. He's like a legendary wrestler, because wherever he's gone, he's won. And that just shows no matter who's the person cashing the checks or writing them, I should say, he's going to be in the main event in some way, somehow. But I just feel like me, as someone that watched AEW from the jump, seeing how Max started off on the first ever AEW, he was in the middle of the card. He could have easily just been substandard. Niggas like Darby, Sammy were all pushed way more than him. That's why I feel like it feels extra out when they have to face that nigga with the belt and everything. And they were the ones that didn't hold out. They were the ones that never were suspended. They were the ones kissing Tony Khan's ass, and he's looking at them like, you thought the whole time you were laughing at me. I'm selfish. I don't know what I'm doing. Mm-hmm. Who's the reason we number 1 on cable on Wednesday night? Who's the reason we're gonna main event Wembley? Who? To be honest, you got to look at it like they wouldn't put him in that spot if he couldn't draw tickets.
Yeah.
And that's the main thing that we always say that Darby, Sammy, and Jungle Boy got to learn how to do. Mm-hmm. And 27, that nigga learn how to do it, bro. And if you saying he's trips right now, in a little realm, I can't wait to see he mature. 30-year-old MJF, bro, he about to be on some real.
Yeah.
Dude, different.
And I also feel like that's why he gonna be in the WWE eventually at the end of this shit, because he gonna go where that check is, man. $1 billion company. Are you kidding? And he acting like Triple H already. Triple H is probably already licking his chops like, yeah, I'm gonna have to get him.
He got a little bit of the game in him.
No cap.
But I'm moving right along to something the great and all in that I really hope that goes through is FTR taking on the Young Bucks, man. Now, I still got the Young Bucks winning this.
I got the fucking Bucks, man.
Because I just don't see FTR being able to overcome these odds.
Cash gonna have to use his gun. That's the only way they gonna win this match is if he uses his gun. I swear to God, because the Bucks is too nice for FTR to go over. They cool or whatever as a tag team, but they are not like that. They are not better than the Bucks.
They're not. I'm gonna tell you why too. And no matter what, even though the FTR have gone to WWE. They've not gone to Ring of Honor, but they won those titles and stuff. Young Bucks never touched WWE, but guess what? They're the highest paid tag team of all time. So even if you want to think about how in the 90s everyone it's synonymous with, I think money is synonymous with Kevin Nash and Scott Hall, cash and big check. The contract the Bucks just signed blew that shit out the water. They're the highest paid tag team ever, bro. And that says something. That says AEW is like, at the end of the day, even though you helped start this shit, you're such a commodity as a tag team, and you brought back tag team wrestling in the mid to like 20 teens, and it wasn't a faction. They were going to New Japan winning championships. They were going to Ring of Honor winning championships. They were going to PWG winning tag team championships. Tag team with the likes of Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn, building this prestige all around, collecting these belts.